Today we're going to talk about the 3 things that users are looking for when they come to your site. There is generally things that people expect to see. If they've taken the time to come to your site, then you definitely want to make sure that those things are there so that your site can be something that meets the needs of those potential viewers and isn't a leaky bucket. People go to your site, and if they turn around and leave, then you're losing those potential leads. And so here are some ways coming right up. If you don't know me, my name is Allie. I'm a brand stylist and a website designer, and I work with women's service providers specifically in creating thoughtful and intentional design for their brands and websites so that these things are being put to work in ways that book them more clients and build their revenue and create these businesses that really accomplish those big, scary dreams that I know that a lot of us have. A lot of us have these things that we're working toward, that we are looking for our businesses to help us achieve. And that's my goal too, is to help you do that. If you are interested in me looking at your site to see if those 3 things are there, just raise your hand, say me in the comments, drop your link, and I can always do that. So here's the thing. It's not a secret that nowadays people have really short attention spans. It is pretty amazing, the statistics on attention span. That's just a fact of our modern life. We're being bombarded by a lot of different things. We have things coming at us in all directions. We are all very busy and torn in different places. So it's not that much of a surprise that we really don't have that much time to grab people's attention and capture them, and it doesn't take much to lose them. So if they come to your site, maybe they're confused, maybe they don't know where to go, that kinds of things, it's not going to take much for them to turn around and leave. So you want to make sure that you've got things in place that will keep them there. So what are those 3 things that I'm talking about? Number 1, you want to make sure what you do and what's in it for them is really front and center. Like immediately when they come to the site, above the fold is what we call. So that means front and center at the top of the page. It's clear about what you do. You're very specific about it. Bonus points if you call out who it's for. If you're very clear about your niche or your target market, that even helps more. So you want there to be like zero ambiguity about what it is that you do. I've been to a lot of sites where there's just a photo, like a photo of a desktop, and it's okay, cool. Like, I guess this person works at a desk. I don't know. Or one of the trends that was going around for a while, and I think I still see this to a point, is people want to come up with some fancy term for what they do. So I'm a Libra concierge. That sounds so fancy, right? What does that mean? Say what it is. Say you're a midwife or you're a doula or whatever that is. You don't want to make something up that's clever that people don't understand. This also, by the way, is important for search engine. So you want to just be clear. Don't use acronyms. Don't use jargon. You want to convey what your value is. What are the benefits? Paint that picture for them, right? Let them see what it is that will be the outcome of working with you. So I've got a couple quick examples here of people who do this pretty well. Many of you probably have heard of Amy Porterfield if you've been in the online space for any time at all. And when you go to her site, immediately what she has at the top is it says, "Hi there, I'm Amy Porterfield, and if you've landed on my little slice of the internet, you're probably a business owner or entrepreneur or flirting with the idea of becoming one." So immediately we know who she's talking to. And then, so come in, kick off your shoes, and fill your Google Drive with free resources, trainings, and action steps necessary to build a highly engaged email list, create online training courses, and use online marketing strategies to sell with ease. Now, this is a little bit of a longer intro. She can get away with this because she's a bigger name, but she is very clear about what she does. She helps you build your email list. She helps you create an online course, and then she helps you sell it. And those are like the main things that she does. So it's pretty clear right there at the top of her page. She has a picture of herself, so you know who she is, and immediately you know what it is she does. This other one is a little bit more of a quick, concise blurb about who she is. Her name's Amanda Bourne. I don't know her personally, but I have been to her site. And at the top she says, "Make every word count. Wildly impactful copywriting for your unique brand that's bursting with creativity, confidence, and connection." And what I love about this is she does a lot with very few words. Immediately we know she's a copywriter. She's basically challenging you to make your words count. She uses a little bit of an alliteration here with the creativity, confidence, and connection. But again, that's painting the picture of what you're going to get. Is this all these things that we want as business owners. Those are just a couple examples of ways that people have done this. So number 1 was being really clear about what you do and what's in it for the visitor. We want our site to be for the visitor, not just showcasing all about us and our whole life story. Number 2 is attractive design. And this one might be a little bit of a surprise. Like, why does that matter if it's really pretty or not? And I talk a lot about not making your site just pretty. There's lots of pretty sites out there, but it does matter. And here's why. People form an opinion in 50 milliseconds. This is what research has shown. When they come to a website, they automatically have this opinion like lightning fast. So there's not a lot of time to really do a lot of talking or explaining. You don't get a second chance at that first impression. And there's something called the aesthetic usability effect. This is where users often perceive aesthetically pleasing design as design that's more usable. Apple is the king of this. They have beautiful design in everything they do. And maybe it isn't always true that it's more usable, but there's that perception that people have that if something's beautiful, it must be easier to use. So it really lends to your credibility when you have a site that looks well designed, that is beautiful. If it appears outdated or clunky or looks a little bit shabby, then users might come away with this perception that you are a novice or maybe a beginning business owner, or maybe you don't have that much experience in what you do. So you want your site to have that nice, clean look. So here's some tips on how to do that. First of all, you want a clean, modern layout, like not a lot of clutter. Don't try to do too many things all at once. Don't try to bombard them with every single thing you do. Keep it clean and simple. And simplicity is one of those things that is easy to admire in other people, but really hard to do ourselves. You have to lay it out and then strip it back. So you want to use high quality images and graphics. Try not to just pull a photo off your phone and put it across the entire width of your site. You're going to get a pixelated photo that doesn't look really good. And it's not that you can't throw in like a casual photo of your family here and there, but by and large, when you're talking about the main photos in your site, you want them to be high quality. You want them to look professional. You want them to not be pixelated and blurry. So make sure that you're using images and graphics that reflect your excellence and your credibility. Using easy navigation and intuitive user experience. When someone goes to your site, is it clear where they need to go? Are things in the places that they're used to seeing? The navigation bar across the top? Is it spelled out what the next steps are? So all of this plays into having a beautiful site that looks nice and inviting. And then use 3 or fewer fonts. In general, I recommend 1 for your title font, 1 for your paragraph font, and maybe you have a little accent font in there that's a script, that's fine too. So that would be your 3rd. And then just being consistent with that. If you bombard people with all these fonts, it looks messy. And then you want to be a little bit limited with your colors as well. I usually say no more than 6. These are decisions that ideally you're making in the branding process, like you're going through a cohesive strategic branding process and picking colors out of a strategy, not just colors that you like. But in general, I would say no more than 6. I'd say use a couple bright, dark or bold colors, a couple that are accent colors, and then a couple that are more lighter. And then you're using those colors strategically. Maybe you use 1 color for all of your headings, 1 color for your buttons. You have a couple that you use for backgrounds to break the design up. Again, you want to just be intentional with those colors. So number 2, like I said, is making sure that your design is beautiful and attractive, that it's inviting, that it doesn't look super outdated, those kinds of things. Number 3 is how to reach you. And this is such a simple thing, but it is amazing to me how many sites I go to where I can't figure out how to contact someone or what I need to do next. And if people are at your site and they're looking to reach out to you, you want to make sure you take advantage of that. That's a good thing. That's a potential client that's looking for something that you are offering. So make it easy. Make it appear more than once. Don't make them hunt and peck looking for your contact information. So the simplest way to do this is just to put a contact page, make sure that contact page is in the upper right of your navigation bar. That's where people are used to looking for it. They can go to contact and immediately fill out a form there. Footer is a great place to put your contact information. So people scroll to the bottom, they're used to looking for your social media links or for your contact information there. If you're a business where someone needs to urgently get a hold of you, if you're one of those like quick response businesses, then your number should be like right there in the top bar of your website and very easy to get to. Email or number, whichever people typically reach out to you. Another option that you can do is to include a live chat or chatbot functionality. And this is something you only want to do if you have the availability to monitor it. You don't want to put that up there and then have people chat and then not respond to them. But if you're able to do that, then that's great. People like to be able to get that instant feedback. And then when someone does reach out, you want to make sure that you are responding quickly. That gives you an air of professionality as if you are responding to them within a certain amount of time, not just like disappearing and so they're like, okay, what happened? And then you can continue that relationship. So just to go over this really quickly one more time, number 1, we want it to be super clear about what you do. Who you serve is great if you can put that in there immediately up at the top. And what is it that kind of sets you apart in your niche, and what is your industry? Being really specific about what that is. And number 2 is having attractive design in your site, making sure that it doesn't look too outdated or that is hard to navigate day. You want things to be clear and streamlined. And number 3 is making sure your contact information is right there, available, easy for people to take that next step. Those are those 3 basics. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to building a website. That at least gets you started. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in. And if you are at that place where you're like, okay, I know that there's some things that are lacking in my site in these areas, and I'm not quite sure how to take that next step to improve them, then I would love to help you with my VIP Day website intensives. Basically, what we do is in 2 days, we overhaul your site or redesign it from scratch, and you get to walk away with a beautiful, effective, functional site that you can immediately put to work. That's why I love VIP days. It's very intense and focused. There's lots of momentum. We do it very strategically. There's a process that I've spelled out that I walk all my clients through. But the great thing is that at the end of the day, you have that site. It's not a project that's going to drag out for months and months that we're going around in circles on. You get to put it to work right away. Your domain is connected by the end of the second day. So if that's something that you're like, I'm ready to elevate, I'm ready to take my business to that next level, then put call in the comments and I can reach out with you and we can just talk. There's no pressure to book anything, but we can talk about what that might look like for your business and if this would be a good fit for you. Other than that, please let me know if there's any other people who want me to take a quick look at their site, and I will see you all next week.